Hi guys, welcome back to Mystery Farm. Y'all, so I'm cold as hell because I woke up this morning. It got really cold overnight last night. And so I discovered or realized this morning that my furnace never kicked on. So I'm all cold and I need a space heater for this shop. But I thought before I go out and get that all taken care of, I would do a reading to entertain my cold fingers for you guys for what's coming up in the eclipse. The eclipse is 6 days from now. I think it's on the 25th of October. So let's see. I'll pull the energies for the masculine and the feminine. Page of Wands. So you guys can probably hear my dogs barking outside. I've been picking up energies. They're just in a rare mood this morning, but they've just been barking at each other, standing out there in a circle, barking at each other. And I'm picking up this energy of just kind of conflict. Okay. All right. So we've got 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Swords, Page of Wands, Ace of Cups, 3 of Cups. Let's get some energies for the feminine. Oops. 3 of Swords. 2 of Pentacles. The World. King of Cups. And the 10 of Cups. All right. And where did my deck go? Okay. Let's get some energies for the masculine. The Hierophant. Ooh. Okay. Right. Okay, you guys. So first up, we've got the 9 of Pentacles, which, the card or the word on the card is gratitude. But it typically in tarot, it's about, there's this woman in her garden. And so basically it's kind of like a very independent, stable, single personality. That it's somebody that has 9 pentacles on their own. And but it's still single. They're waiting for that 10th pentacle. The feminine is in the 3 of Swords energy here, and the masculine is in the Hierophant. So that's kind of an interesting energy because what it looks like is the feminine is in a heartbreak energy and potentially about a third party situation. Whereas the masculine at the same time shows being in the Hierophant energy, which, the Hierophant is sort of like the head of an institution. So it most commonly signifies marriage, but not necessarily. It can just be kind of like an organization or institution, a hierarchy. So the masculine being in this energy I think his mindset was that he was coming from this very traditional place and background in terms of his personality. And so I think whatever happened here with this heartbreak or this third party, it had to do with that perception of tradition. And perhaps this feminine didn't meet that kind of classical perception that he had about traditional values. So there's a Nine of Swords here. And Nine of Swords is like a stab in the back. It can be mental conflict, but it's almost to the point of being completely overwhelmed. And so, but it is typically, swords are about communication and words. So I get the sense that there's the words of each other are going through their minds, the things that were said. And in response to that, the feminine was in a Two of Pentacles energy. So she kind of went to a space of like, is this what I want anyway? And it shows some, the masculine being in the energy of, the Five of Swords, which is about, basically having one up on somebody else, being kind of cunning or deceptive, a means to an end. So I think this masculine did something that he felt was a means to an end, or he made an action that was somewhat deceptive. Now that what I'm hearing is that could be two ways, that it was deceptive towards you, or that it was deceptive in terms of hiding what was going on with him. That maybe he acted like he didn't care, or, but basically that there was some kind of issue of control within the masculine, control and hiding intentions, feelings, or, intentions or feelings. But yeah, so the feminine at this point, was in the Two of Pentacles and starting to evaluate her options, and I think considering like, is this where I want to keep investing, with my pentacles. The Page of Wands here, pages are often about messages, and the Page of Wands is, a message regarding like an action or a start. The card, or the word on the card, is innocence as well. Now the feminine energy at this point is showing up in the world energy, which is the closing of a cycle. Whereas the masculine shows up in the strength energy. And so what I'm getting here is, I think that there was some kind of very small attempt at reconciliation, but that the feminine had closed out this cycle. The masculine in this then is just trying to be strong. He's not trying to be like reactive to this, but he's just trying to be like strong in himself. And I think also like in his appearance to the feminine, like it's no big deal. That's almost the energy that I'm getting, is that he was just pretending like it's no big deal to pretend he's being strong, or that's how he was trying to be strong, was to pretend that he wasn't feeling hurt by this. So in terms of that new love start, it shows the feminine being in the King of Cups energy, which is actually a bit unbalanced. In this card in particular, the king is on, kind of rough seas, but this is a romantic energy, but it can be kind of prone to like outbursts. You guys see what I mean with the dogs? Okay, and then it shows the masculine in a Six of Swords energy, which is moving away at this point. But the King of Cups being here is, the sense that I get is that this was more of a commitment to self-love for the feminine. That maybe she didn't feel balanced or stable coming out of closing this cycle, but that was her recommitment to herself. Whereas the masculine is just seeing this as a loss. And he's moving away from it. But again, he's trying not to show his emotions or intentions about that. The Three of Cups card is about friendship. It's about celebration. And it shows a feminine energy here being in the Ten of Cups, and the masculine being in grief. So essentially what I'm seeing here is that there's been some sort of something to celebrate about here. And I think it's for the feminine. Now, this may be a new love from a King of Cups towards the feminine. We can read that this way as well, because this Ace of Cups can be about, you know, the new love between the feminine and the masculine here, but that there's a moving away from that. Or what this could be is that a King of Cups is coming in for this feminine to give her Ten of Cups, to take her away from that Nine of Pentacles, and give his 10th pentacle, make 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, and that puts the masculine in a position of grief. So what it looks like here is that there, you know, there was, again, potentially some third party situation but something happened in terms of words being exchanged with each other. And this masculine just, you know, because the feminine closed it off, he just, I get the sense that he just never spoke his truth here either. He just never spoke his truth. You know, that he hid his feelings and emotions, then he was pretending that he was strong, and then now he's just walking away, and now he's in grief. But I'm not getting like a real sense of like any action from this masculine, like whatsoever, aside from this Page of Wands, which was just a very small like effort. It was a very small effort. And in the world, you know, being at the center of this reading, and connected to that Page of Wands, is, I think that, you know, that when this person came forward, they basically just said like, well, I didn't realize. But, you know, because innocence is on this card. It was almost kind of like, you know, maybe like an apology or an effort of explanation to say like, well, I didn't know, you know, and that the feminine wasn't really buying it. She was just kind of like, okay, well, you know, I've seen everything that I needed to see here. So I do kind of want to clarify like this situation, and whether or not, in fact, let me use the Kipper for this. I'm just kind of curious if there's different energies surrounding, the Divine Masculine and this King of Cups, or if that is self-love for the feminine. Let's clarify this King of Cups. Concern. Mature man. Yeah. False person. What the hell? Okay. What the hell's going on here? Thoughts. Okay. Okay. So what I'm seeing here is that there's a mature man that is thinking intently about a female. So he's thinking perhaps about the divine feminine, And there's a false person in the environment. And I'd like to know whether or not that is within this person's environment, or that this man is perceiving a false person within the feminine's environment. Who is this false person? Where is the false person? Great fortune. Lovers. Okay, this is interesting. I'm going to go back and get some cards to clarify all this. Okay. Ooh, the devil. Okay, sorry. So yeah, I think it's clearing up here. This false person was actually someone that this masculine is moving away from. Because basically what I'm seeing is that this false person essentially was offering this great fortune. That I believe that they were false in both presenting like who they were as being like this magnificently giving, charitable, compassionate person, but also false in terms of what they were offering. They may have given an appearance that they had like a lot of money, or, you know, a lot of fame, popularity, you know, something like that. But this false person that was offering this false great fortune was in a lover's connection with this masculine that now has concern hanging over this false person. We saw this in the last reading, this the twin flame reading that I just did yesterday, that a masculine was worried about like a third party. So you know, when I pulled cards to clarify that, it came with the 8 of Cups, which is like a walking away. And in fact, in that last reading, you may want to go check that out. I'll put in the comments the link to that video, but it's just the one before this. But anyway, you know, it had the 8 of Cups to come down here, and I said in it that there was a little piggy in the 8 of Cups in the card that I had pulled. And I said I felt like this piggy was watching. Because the 10 of Cups, which is exactly this card that got pulled out, was sitting right here, and the piggy was looking at the 10 of Cups. So, because basically there's an obsession surrounding, you know, an obsessive energy from this person, a devil energy. So there may be a lot of toxicity here, a lot of obsession, but it looks like this divine masculine finally got in touch with kind of his intuition about this false person, and so he is, you know, walking away from it. So okay, so let me go back here. So if this is not then someone new coming in for the divine feminine, then it is more of a situation of self-love. But it still shows grief here for this masculine, and I still don't see them actually taking like any action or movement. Clarify this grief. The Emperor. Okay, so the Emperor and the 4 of Swords came out. 4 of Swords is about healing. So, and the Emperor, of course, is, you know, what represents the divine masculine. You know, the healthy Emperor energy is someone that is, you know, in control of themselves, their life, their thoughts, their emotions, their feelings, you know, and they can essentially, you know, provide a safe, healthy, and communicative environment, right? In their healthiest energy. They can be a leader. you know, sort of that, the head of the household, you know, kind of energy, right? That strong, healthy masculine energy. And it shows healing. So it looks like he's in grief here, because I think he is thinking towards, this is his idea of what he wants to celebrate with the feminine, is that 10 of Cups. And he's trying to heal, to get into this emperor energy so he can come in. So does he come in? You know, within this, around the time of the October 25th eclipse. 2 of Wands. So that's making a choice. For the feminine energy, Page of Swords. Okay. And the masculine energy, okay. So what I'm seeing here is that this masculine is making a choice, but I'm still not seeing like any actual action here. I do see in this last card, because, you know, 2 of Wands is about, it says unity on the card. So it's making a choice to be in union with this person. But the energy from the feminine at this point is Page of Swords. Now, this could be messages, you know, but it is also typically like, we call it like the card of spying. So it could be to some degree that the masculine, especially if he's been really quiet, that may pique the feminine's interest a bit, to go and look and see, like, you know, what he's up to, you know, on social media or something, if you guys, you know, are on each other's social media. But what he wants the feminine to see. So I get the sense that the masculine is going to be very specifically trying to like put something out into a space where you can see it, like, so that hopefully he wants you to see it, but he wants you to see that he is building himself. You know, the 7 of Pentacles is about like, you've planted your seeds and you're kind of standing there, like, you know, waiting for them to come to full fruit and harvest them. But it is a period of like waiting. It's a period of building and a period of waiting. So I think that the feminine, like I said, the masculine wants the feminine to see that like he's working on himself. 5 of Pentacles. That's about being out in the cold. The Hermit. Ooh, what's going on? What's going on here? Okay. Okay. So this is, it kind of takes an interesting turn here. Then it shows the 5 of Pentacles, which is like, you know, somebody being left out in the cold. And now it shows the feminine being in Hermit energy, that she's really quiet. So both of these people, I feel like, have been really quiet since closing this cycle. They've been really quiet. But then it shows the masculine and the 6 of Pentacles energy. So what the sense that I'm getting is like, you know, that they are still not talking to each other here. There is just so much, like, you guys watch these videos. You know my dogs aren't barking like all the time like crazy in my videos. There's just a lot of conflict energy. And so I do kind of want to go into that for a second. But I'm going to leave this part here with the feminine and the masculine together. Quit! Hey! Get out of here. You guys. Okay. So, all right. Okay. So at the end of this reading, so I think still during this eclipse, you know, in the next 5 days, I think this looks like there was an ending and a separation here, and there's been no communication since. But there is like, basically this masculine is going to be trying to get the feminine's attention and show that he is working on himself, that he's healing, that he's trying to become this emperor. because he does want to have more balance, give and take, you know, to in the future try and come back into this connection with the feminine. Okay, so like I said, I do want to check out like what the hell this conflict energy is about though. Because clearly they're screaming at me to get the message. And I also feel like, do you know how once I decided that I was going to do that, now they've gone inside and they're not just barking anymore? Okay. So, I just want to clean up a little bit. Okay. Let me get, okay. I'm going to take my Russian deck. Because there's some shenanigans. There's some conflict. What is this conflict about? And I'm assuming that it has to do with this false person. Okay. Okay. This is not great. Okay. Wow. Okay. All right. So it shows the Eight of Swords as being the first card out here. And in this particular Eight of Swords, I want to show it to you. Okay, so in this particular Eight of Swords, there's this cat that has been put in a cart by a bunch of mice that are all working together. They've tied up this cat. I mean, I assume they're gonna go kill it, like honestly. But this false person energy, I think, is doing some like gang stalking. Is the sense that I get. That they're working with like a team of friends or mean girls or whatever it is that you've got there. And because she is looking to win. She's looking to win. It shows the Knight of Swords being as like a hasty action. You know, you can see in this card he's got steam coming out of his ears. So he's hot. He's hot about something and he's coming in hot. He's got two swords out. So then it shows the King of Swords, which is cutting off, it's already cut off two heads of a dragon. It's trying to cut off the third head. And so, and then it shows the Three of Pentacles, which is a card about building, which I think is kind of crazy. I am going to clarify that, but at the same time, it almost looks like this person wants to come in and do like a lot of damage and destruction so that they can build something. Let me get some clarifiers, but ooh. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. This is crazy energy right here. It's crazy. Like delusional crazy. I'm not lying. Okay. So like I said, this Eight of Swords, where it's the cat with the gang stalking card, right? All the mice. What it looks like is that this false person saw that this masculine was giving to another situation. Okay. And or it may have been multiple parties, because basically, like in this card, there's the guy that has the money bag, and then there's a beggar on the ground and a dog next to him, and then there's this guy back there on a peg leg you know, and crutches that's coming towards. So it looks like there may have been like multiple people in need and or something like that. I almost get the sense that this masculine may have been giving to like not even necessarily like a third party situation, not even necessarily like the feminine. He may have just been giving to people that he wanted to help. You know, like this may have been stuff with like family members or like, or a community or whatever. But this, I get the sense that this masculine was either giving to like multiple people, but it was, all I'm saying is that it wasn't necessarily like in a romantic nature that it was giving to other people. But so the gang stalkers saw this at some point and they're like, we're going to drag his ass. I mean, like literally. So there's the victory card here is clarified by the devil. Essentially, this false person is obsessed with winning. And, you know, the devil in this card has, you know, there's ropes around the necks of a feminine and a masculine here. It's like the lover's card, except, you know, there's a devil instead of an angel. But so basically, like this false person wants this masculine bound to her. And she's obsessed. She is obsessed. That hasty energy has to do with, multiple options. So I'm seeing this this may have been one of two ways in your situation. Either, the reason that she's so hot is about having, you know, then that the awareness about him giving to multiple options, or in response to, you know, the gang stalking discovery of giving to another situation, that this person then went out with a bunch of options herself. But it shows with the King of Swords here that she wants heads to roll. She wants revenge. Right? Like, and this person feels like that she's had to do this before. That's what I get the sense, that she's had to come in here and cut off some heads before, and now she's coming in here and having to cut off some heads again. So that may be the toxicity in this situation, is this keeps happening again and again and again and again and again. But all this energy, here's the part where I feel like it's delusional, is she I think feels like coming in and essentially defending her territory, because this is about winning to her. And so this masculine is almost like her property. So she's like basically, you know, defending her property and her territory. That's her thing. So she thinks that by doing this, that is going to make him also make a choice to choose her after all of this. Like, after all of this, she thinks that that's going to make him choose her. That he'll see how like strong and passionate she is and how much she loves him. But it's not love, it's obsession, right? It's wanting to win. But anyway, so she thinks that that's going to be the start of building a foundation with this masculine, that's going to be her Ace of Pentacles. She sees this almost as like her shining moment, to like reclaim this relationship and get a new like solid start to it. That's crazy. I'm just going to pull one more, like, cause what? Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, she feels like this is just, so she ultimately feels like the masculine is just an idiot. That she really kind of sees herself in an energy of being this very patient balanced person, and that he's just kind of like a bumbling idiot. So she's not even like, she's mad at this masculine, but at the same time, she's almost like, it's like she wants to train him like he's a dog. That's what I'm getting, is that she just feels like that this is like, you know, a dirty dog that got out and humped the neighbor's, you know, dog or something like that. Like, that's essentially, so that's why she wants to take him through this punishment, is because she thinks that that's how she can train this masculine to stop being such an idiot. Like, you know, I'm the shit here, baby. Like, you know, you strayed across the yard, but now I'm just gonna spank the shit out of you, and you'll learn your lesson. That's what she thinks, is that she's just teaching him a lesson here, with all of this punishment that she's about to try and put him through. I mean, because this is not like you know, the fact that there's even gang stalking involved in this is not. So what's going to happen here? What's going to happen with this third party? So Six of Cups is a card about like nostalgia, soulmates, and she's basically saying that she's going to fight for this soulmate. She thinks that he's a soulmate, even though she sees him as basically like this bumbling idiot dog. Like, yeah, and so that's, she's, okay, yeah. Woo! Okay, watch out, guys. Whoever has this false person attached, this person at all cost, any cost. That is really how she sees herself. She thinks that she's gonna, through this conflict, reunite with her soulmate. That this is gonna be her cup of love. I want to show you guys that it's gonna be a new start, an Ace of Cups, right? In this deck, it shows this guy in this, in a siren, right? The seductive mermaid. It shows this guy in a siren, and then it shows this other person drowning in what looks like a cup of blood. So that is basically like what she's envisioning her new start in love is going to be here, is that she's going to kill off this bitch over here, the divine feminine, and then her crazy ass and the divine masculine can have their new cup of bloody love here. You know, and then it shows again the lovers. This card came out, you know, but basically these lovers clutched onto each other. They're ignoring the angel. So she wants him back in that obsessive, like, devil energy. And she was probably very easily be able to seduce this masculine at some point. And so that's the plan, I think, overall, is to kind of like seduce him back in that energy. But it looks as if she's going to try and go after the divine feminine. So you guys may know each other somehow, you know, but I don't, I'm not actually, like I said, seeing that that the divine masculine, divine feminine in this reading are even talking to each other at all. It looks like a separation, no contact situation. But yet, like, this false person that's connected, I'm assuming, to the masculine, but wants to come in with all this drama. So I guess that's the real reading here, is that this is probably going to unfold during, you know, over the kind of next 6 to 12 days, you know, with the energy of the eclipse. So let's get some guidance before we go. I don't want this reading to be terribly long. Okay, trust your faith. Dive into the unfolding journey. What is your faith asking of you? And you're the image maker. What you focus on manifests. What thought patterns do you need to shift? So it's asking you, like, during this period, to just really focus on your own journey, right? Like, again, try to avoid this drama if at all possible. and just fold into your faith. There's this situation is going to have to be addressed and dealt with at some point, but see if there's any other guidance. I think this is also asking too, by the way, that if the drama comes up, again, for both parties, the masculine, the feminine, or whatever, but that if you feel triggered, like during that time, to use that energy to go within and instead of like responding immediately, and ask, you know, like what is this moment trying to teach me? Like, you know what I mean? Because that's how you can usually figure out the answer of how to respond, is by asking like what that's trying to teach you. Okay. In spirit, this card came out the last reading as well. So in the last reading, I think this is connected to the last reading, if I'm completely honest. But yeah, this came up, and the masculine in that last reading was going through, it looked like the beginnings of a spiritual awakening. And so let me pull one more. Contentment. So this is a reminder that, as you know, for the feminine and the masculine here, I think what it's asking you is during this time period to make sure that you are taking time to go within, to sit in like a calm space and energy, and you know, and try and let your mind be quiet, let your mind rest. So you know, this situation I think is going to unfold as it does naturally. Also, just with all of this kind of energy, I think both parties really do need to consider like a spiritual hygiene. Again, like, you know, take a salt bath, make sure you're clearing your energy. And you can, again, do that just even by sitting in that calm, you know, quiet space and kind of like, you know what I mean? Coming back to your center. So, okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there, you guys. Yeah, just stay centered as you guys go through this. But I'm kind of guessing this is a reading for around 6 to 12 days, that the follow-on shenanigans are going to happen as well. Okay, so good luck, and I'll see you guys next time. Oh, and again, please, you know, I should say every time, but I always forget. Please like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff, because I am trying to build my channel. All right, thank you guys. I'll see you later. Bye.